Is anyone sure that he can take another speech? I'll try to be brief. I'm truly honored and grateful to be named Grand Marshal of the 75th Annual Columbus Day Parade. I would like to thank the Columbus Citizen Foundation for this prestigious recognition, which means so much to me and my family. I'm also honored by the presence of such distinguished dignitaries that are here tonight. But I truly think that a great applause goes to the foundation, because just think, this year alone, 700 scholarship and fellowship will be awarded to kids of any age. That is unbelievable. I don't know where you were in 1971, and if you were born at all, some of you. But I was on a boat on the way to America for my first time. It was September, precisely, 1971, and the fabulous ship, the Raffaello, was entering New York Harbor at dawn. The first thing I saw through the mist was the Statue of Liberty, and then Ellis Island, a moment I will always remember for the rest of my life. I was 14 years old, and still to this day, I'm grateful to my mother, who wanted to take my older brother Leonardo and I for the first time to the US, the same way my father Salvatore traveled here his first time. She said, "You're going to come to the US so many times by plane," no kidding, "I want you to experience the first time by boat, so you can also really appreciate the distance." I have to tell you, the trip was definitely not a sacrifice. We were in first class, and it was a fabulous cruise with wonderful service for 8 days. I think my brother and I ate at every buffet of every class every day. This is true. This trip was unlike our father's journey, who in 1914, at 16 years old, left his small town of Bonito near Naples to pursue his dream of becoming the best shoemaker possible. He left for the US with a few $100s in his pocket, but he spent almost all of it on the ship Stampalia to upgrade to second class, as he couldn't bear the conditions of third class. He docked in New York and registered at Ellis Island. A few days later, he joined his siblings in California, and that is where he began his career. First in Santa Barbara, then in Hollywood, opening in 1923 his first official Ferragamo shop on Hollywood Boulevard, custom-making shoes for the actors and actresses. By the time he returned to Italy in 1927, he was already known as the shoemaker to the stars, and established his headquarters in Florence. Thanks to my parents, we grew up very well, and nothing was missing. But spoiled, we were not. I lost my father when I was only 3 years old, but my brothers, Ferruccio and Leonardo, and my sisters, Fiamma, Giovanna, and Fulvia, and myself were blessed with an unbelievable mother, who at 30 years old took over when my father passed away. She took the lead of the company, and she took the lead of the family, a role she held until exactly a year ago, when she left us at the age of 97. Growing up in Florence, I had what I thought was the perfect life. I was studying the bare minimum amount not to get into trouble. I was playing soccer for the local town of Fiesole, and had great friends and a life that was mostly outdoors. When our family of 6 brothers and sisters, plus my mother, would sit around the table for lunch and dinner every day, it was lovely. But I remember my mother often saying, "I feel like America is my second country." is my second home after Italy, and I hope you will feel the same way. One day, one of you guys or girls should go live in America. It is a country that is too important for our business not to have someone for the family living there. I clearly remember every time this conversation came up, ducking my head and thinking, I love you, Mommy, but this person is never going to be me. And here I am, receiving this incredible honor 37 years after arriving in New York in 1982. When I accepted an offer to do an executive training program at Saks Fifth Avenue. After that, I was asked by my family to follow our plan of starting the Ferragamo headquarters here in New York, a commitment I agreed to take for only 3 years. So, to all of you, thank you for this incredible honor, which I happily accept in memory of my parents, my family, and all the fabulous Italian Americans who have helped make this country great. Because America is an incredible country, and it will always be that way, in my opinion. Now, I want to take a moment to introduce some of these very special people without whom I would not be here tonight. And I'm going to ask them to stand. After all, tonight I'm the Grand Marshal, so I can do whatever I want. So you're going to have to stand. First and foremost, my incredible wife, Chiara. And then, two people who are very important in my life and that would definitely not be here without Chiara, and those are two sons, Giacomo and Federico. Next is a person who arrived yesterday from Italy to give me support here, because this is not easy, and who I adore, my sister, Giovanna. And then her daughter, Benedetta, who also came with her. And just 2 hours ago, because I don't know how he does it, he lives his life, this guy, he does an Ironman and then works like a workaholic, and he's one of the incredible pillars, both of our company and of the next generation of our family, James Ferragamo. And then some very important people. The executive team at Ferragamo, headed by our CEO, Donald Kohler. Thank you, please stand. No, everyone has to stand. Tony, stand. Everyone. Dennis. And last but not least, my incredible assistant for 32 years, Cara Canzani. There. A big Yankee fan. It's a miracle that she's here tonight and not at the television. Thank you, Cara, for being here. In closing, I leave you with a quote from my mother that I find very amusing and very fitting for this wonderful Columbus Day celebration. When my mother received an honorary degree from the New York University, together with Robert De Niro and Steven Spielberg, at the end of her speech, she looked at the crowd and said, "And thank God for Cristoforo Colombo, if he had not discovered America, where would we sell all of our shoes? Thank you, and God bless you all.